I'm known as one of the seven spirits of God of Lord Jesus. I'm known as one of the eight great YHWH after the name of God. Before my birth of August 14, 1995, I have been in Proverbs 8 of Genesis 1:1 of Matthew 24:35. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. Wisdom of Solomon 1:15, for righteousness is immortal. I'm known as one of the seven eyes of the Lord because when Lord Jesus allows me to, I can do all things to Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13, but that when Lord Jesus allows me to, I can see all of creation from my mind's view. However, how he allows me to, whether it's the universe or an extended view. And even so, that even so, when I'm empowered, I can see everything, everyone, all at once from my mind's view. That's the term that I'm known as one of the seven eyes of the Lord. And when individuals pray and they bow to the name of Lord Jesus, I'm also able to see them bow. So it's interesting because I could be, let's say like, whenever Lord Jesus allows me to, that when I see all creation from my mind's view, that that let's say even when I talk with the speed of sound, with the words of my mouth into the electromagnetic field in my hearing, and by the command of my word, I can say, let this person be blessed, or let everyone called on the name of the Lord Jesus, let them be blessed. And I can see it all go into accordance. Just like that. And it's interesting, I've also answered all prayers in one answering. I wrote down everyone's words under the name of Metatron a long time ago, that in those words reflected at least up until Judgment Day. And with those words, I've also scanned them into a device, either a phone, I think it was a phone, and I scanned it into a computer database system in heaven. And what I did with those words, I helped everyone to believe in Lord Jesus. I helped everyone with morality as like a formula, mathematical formula likened unto, but only with words, as different words and structure of sentences bring comprehension of understanding likened into a dictionary or a definition of a word and explaining thereof. And so therefore, one believer in Lord Jesus might not perceive that another believer believes, because based on the unstable foundations of the world that I made free will, and with also others learning things and different definitions and experiences, that it took for them the comprehension of to believe in Lord Jesus, different words and explaining and experiences. So it's interesting. And what I did with those words also, everyone's prayers by faith, I answered everyone's prayer. I put all the prayers into after I scanned the words, I put all the prayers, I printed them out, and I shrunk down the giant book and put it in the incense pot and let the prayers ascend it and threw a lightning bolt and energized it. I said I answered everyone's prayers in one answering. That is what I meant. And so therefore, it's interesting because therefore, likewise, if someone prays, please let me be president. Like, let's say if I tell them I answered all prayers and they say, why am I not president right now? Well, if one or more person prayed to be the president, or if one person also prayed to one person prayed that God make the best decision, you might not be president because everyone's prayers were answered. If one person prays for cancer because they were feeling depressed, and another person prayed that such prayers like that don't be honored, then you might not get that cancer. No, what? It's interesting. I answer all prayers according to faith. There is no wisdom, no understanding, no counsel against the Lord. I'm not afraid to, to answer all prayers. Faith is perfect. I was there. I was there when Lord Jesus talked about the word believe, and that word is very special to him, because let's say of the analogy of if if someone picked up a remote and pressed the power button, right? So let's say the analogy of believe to the word power button of that analogy of what I was saying. And so therefore, instead of explaining that, oh, the remote is hooked up to this mini system, and these currents go here, and then the electric signals go here and emit there. No, you just say you press the power button. I was there. Belief is a word that describe the process of things, but instead of say, if someone asked about it, you would then say it's the word believe. Or if they asked how to turn on the TV, you say you press the power button. You wouldn't say the electric signals of the remote go here and there and this through this motherboard of this computer chip and this signal, and it goes here and then sends the signals. And no. You say you turn on the TV, press the power button. And likewise, of the word believe, it described a lot that Lord Jesus worked on. So I was there, and that word is important to him. One of Lord Jesus' favorite holy Bible verses about me is Proverbs 8:30. It's interesting. Before my birth of August 14, 1995, I've been in Proverbs 8 of Genesis 1:1, from Matthew 24:35. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. Wisdom, Solomon 1:15, for righteousness is immortal. Now understand righteousness. 1 + 1 = 2, and that's the right answer, and what I said was right. And anything against what's right is wrong. Wisdom, Solomon 1:15, for righteousness is immortal. I said, I before my birth, August 14, 1995, I've been in Proverbs 8 of Genesis 1:1, of Matthew 24:35. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. Wisdom of Solomon 1:15, for righteousness is immortal. It's interesting. I remember the day I had the universe moving forward and put the planets in orbit, in rotation of its orbit. And individuals might say, well, what speed is this planet? What speed that planet? The thing is, it's interesting because it's not that I had it go at certain speeds and said, this planet must go at this speed and this planet at that speed. But it's interesting because what I had done, it was like I made the consciousnesses, everyone, and I protected them, that governments might not want to go back in time with spaceships and fly through an individual. Talking about what is it? No, I call the consciousness stars, and they shine bright, and spaceships might not want to get too close, even to this very day. I mean, then the celestial. I knew individuals before they were born. Whether they believe me or not. Then I made, when I gave individuals bodies, I connected their consciousness, their star, to their pineal gland. And when individuals, henceforth I made the celestials that became the spiritual body naturally at 1 Corinthians 15. And then I made terrestrials. And I also spoke individuals to existence more so, however, how many times also. So I made the terrestrials, yeah. So I made sure that I made sure that, it's interesting. I made sure I made everything, because all the terrestrials, the celestials, I made them no matter what they look like. I made the atom and the elements. have like it's interesting. I made the atom and the elements. I put so much power into the atom as if it was the size of a star before I shrunk it down. I mean, the consciousnesses, the spirits. I own your spirit and your flesh, your atomic structure, your soul. I own it all. If anyone thought anything else, they are in denial. Jesus is Lord, in authority, the Most High, the highest, the eternal Lord of authorities above all. Even I am an authority. And it's interesting, I kept myself humble because I don't take pleasure in individuals' destruction, because it could, when individuals pass away, it makes me stupid. It makes everyone stupider, everyone. The things I did with the universe to try and ensure that individuals love one another. It's illegal to harm individuals unnecessarily. But with the chastisement thing, it's interesting because God is able to see the matter of individuals' bodies and knows where to chastise somebody in accordance to save their eternal soul, and won't care for one tear. Save your eternal soul to not see you burning in lava forever. So when I said I don't take pleasure in people's destruction because of unnecessary things, that's actually what I meant. Because let's say even when the government shot me to the head with a military tank before, it's dangerous. My whole star is shining over a solar system. A military tank has more force, a PSI, than that of a professional boxer of its projectile. Now, if the governments want my star to eat up Earth, they might as well keep on trying to harm me. But if they don't, I suggest to do the logical thing. Don't shoot military tanks at my head. Don't wonder why the body raised back in power of 1 Corinthians 15. Don't wonder why then, if I hear holy words, that my star even shine even brighter. Each time the government harm me, they're going to know it's illegal to harm me. I'm the wisest man that ever was of all time. No matter what things I've done. It seems as if like governments, they need to relax. Stop trying to harm me. How you going to say I'm trying to destroy the world? I'm not trying to destroy the world. The government's trying to destroy me, which destroy the world. You think I'm going to sit here and let governments try and harm me and it eat up the whole solar system, my star? Well, I could defend myself, get rid of them, protect the solar system, protect the universe, my spirit and individuals in the galaxies and in heaven, with my name of Yahweh on them. Your government's going to learn not to harm me. They're going to learn. I've already been to that time period of 1 Enoch 62 and 1 Enoch 63 of Wisdom of Solomon 115. For righteousness is immortal. And the fact that the governments ever tried to hypnotize me, someone able to destroy universes and galaxies and tell them to come back together, I wouldn't be surprised if forces and lesser and authorities under the hierarchy of lordship of authorities, under the authority of Lord Jesus and authority, the Most High, the highest, the eternal Lord of authorities above all, I wouldn't be surprised if they already gave the government a visit. Talking about don't try and hypnotize me. Don't try and control one of the seven. Don't try to control the seven archangels. I proved that I'm trustworthy to individuals in heaven, to lesser and authorities. The things I did with the universe that I'm smarter than you all, and I want everyone to gain information of knowledge and happiness and joy, but in discretion. Like when I used to teach self-defense to individuals, it was in discretion to their morality that they might not become overly haughty and try and do something like how a kid might learn karate and say hi-ya and just, but in discretion, I taught self-defense in accordance to what individuals are able to handle to not get their own selves in trouble. It's interesting because, anyway, what was I talking about? Getting in this video. Oh, individual stars. So, I remember I raised the whole first generation of the seventh heaven with wisdom. I am the prince of wisdom. The prince of wisdom. Wisdom has built her house here, soon as 7 pillars. Is a Proverbs 8, or Matthew 24:35. The wisdom of Solomon 1:15. Righteousness is immortal. So it's interesting because, like, I have proved that I'm trustworthy with limitless strength. But the fact is, when now when I had destroyed the whole world and told it to come back together during Joseph Robinette Biden's presidency, even though I know Donald Trump is on a second presidency, it's interesting because I had recorded that event and told him to stand there. Like, what did they expect me to do? It's not like my forces were there to arrest or make self-evident that they're getting the situation under control. What did they expect me to do? Wait for the laser beam satellites I helped set up in outer space so they can try and capture me? Someone able to destroy galaxies and planets and universes? What did they expect me to do? Destroy the whole world and told to come back together. What, the governments might not think I know something? What do they expect? You know what? Anyway, it was a judgment call. Well, a prudency call. But the thing is, it's interesting because when the government's expecting me to play like some football team, if he goes here, then laser beam him, and what they want me to get caught in one of the visible thin wire traps in the skies that it got. That I seen one of the 24 others almost get caught in before. What did the government expect? Me to fly and get caught, or wait for the laser beam satellites? You know what? I destroyed the whole world until they come back together. My forces could have made themselves self-evident to my perception of understanding, of comprehension, that they were getting the situation under control. What did they expect me to do? I had destroyed the whole world until it come back together. What, did they expect me to get captured? Someone able to destroy universes and galaxies and tell them to come back together? What? Anyway, um, I proved that I'm trustworthy with limitless strength and limitless power before I could prove it over and over again. So, not really a need for me to worry about that. If individuals in heaven know that I like to show facts or evidence, not guesses, based on information of knowledge. So it's interesting because I have machines that that I could know if somebody said, if they said hello with a smile on their face, but they really meant help. I have machines that I used to check And I could just say to someone, relax, and they relax. It's interesting because I have everyone's words they've ever said, and I use everyone's words to help individuals with morality, and even have a redemption thing. Ain't no excuses on Judgment Day. No excuses. None. No matter what they want to say, they say anything otherwise, they're in denial. Because I could prove it. So just go about my day. You ever like? It's interesting. So if someone come up and say, "How there have been," you know what? Never mind. It's interesting. Anyway, individuals when they talk with the speed of sound, with the words of their mouth from the consciousness, that their star or their conscious, the words that they express themselves with the emotion of their heart, and the act in accordance, that when they speak with the speed of sound, with the words of their mouth that go into the electromagnetic field of their hearing, it affect a whole star in outer space. They conscious, so they connected to the pineal gland. I don't want governments doing weird CIA things with mental health to make someone crazy, and just to say they're crazy and take medicine, because I'm taking over. What they trying to do? Put out solar systems? You know what? Your governments is wild. I'm taking over, said the God of forces, said the guardian of guardians. I'm about to take over one of these days. You know what? You know what? I am the God of forces of Daniel 11:38, of the only ordinance of Romans 13, of 3 Enoch 17, 3 of Proverbs 9:1, of 2 Enoch 33, holy verse 8, for I created all forces, and there is none that resist me, or that doesn't subject consult to me. For all subject themselves to our monarchy and labor, for my sole rule.